I want us to listen to whatever Gaucho is saying as we approach 2027 election.
Mimi nataka nikuambie Gachagua, hata kama ni kurig, tutarig na tutalinda hiyo kura ya Ruto. Wacha tukuambie mapema, kama ni vita mwanzie saa hii, msingoje huko. Unaona, kwa sababu sisi pia supporters wa Raila Odinga na William Ruto tutajipanga. Tunawangoja zaidi vile, wacha vile unaongea kama umejificha kubina, so hata so umeogopa kuenda miale unafanyiwa kwa nyumba, kwa sababu unajua tunaweza kuteka hapo kwa njia. Mimi nataka nikuambie Gachagua, na naambia watu wa Mount Kenya ya kwamba 2027 sisi ndio tumejipanga zaidi. Na hiyo vitu Gachagua anajaribu kutishia nayo watu ya kwamba 2027 Kenya itakuwa. Kwani nani anataka Kenya ikuwe Kenya? Nani anakudanganya kwamba Kenya anataka ikuwe Kenya? My friend. Usisahau ya kwamba wewe ukiongea lazima ukumbuke ya kwamba nyinyi mko mpaka Mpeketoni. Usisahau ya kwamba nyinyi mko mpaka Busia. Usisahau ya kwamba nyinyi mpaka huko Lokichogio. Usisahau ya kwamba nyinyi mko mpaka Baringo ndani. Usisahau ya kwamba nyinyi mko mpaka Vanga, ile boda ya Kenya na Tanzania. Unaona? Na msisahau ya kwamba
You've watched and listened to the drama, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what we want to discuss on our political analysis. But before I carry on, pleasure to meet you once again, and thank you so much for your support always. If you are watching me for the first time in this broadcast, having interest to proceed with this kind of political discussion, I request you kindly do me a favor. Take a 1 second, click that notification bell and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like my videos and share them to your friends, family and relatives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how Kenya's youth, those who are eating in the government, respond. Now, I was talking about tongue, how to regulate our tongue. And I say that if we want to make this country great, then we must regulate how we speak. Even in this life situation, we must regulate how we speak, how we talk. So, Gaucho, instead of mobilizing youth to take votes and ready or IDs, ready to vote, and again to at least ask them their grievances, because he has gotten that privilege to interact with the president, interact with the prime minister, interact with many leaders, and now being paid a good money, he decided to fire back the former deputy president. Pride comes before a fall. This is something which you must know, and that is why mnasikianga kuna kwanga na history. Wengine huyu alikuwa tajiri, saa hii hayuko. Kwa nini? Hakuwa na ile akili ya kulinda mali. Huyu alikuwa mzuri, he was so bright in class, saa hii hayuko, amekufia kwa sigara huko. Kwa nini? Hakuwa na ile uwezo au knowledge ya ku understand himself. The moment you will understand yourself in this life, as much as we give you daily political analysis in this nation, but the moment you will understand yourself in this life, you will never have time to joke with this life. That is something which I was expecting from this gentleman Gaucho. In fact, he has that privilege to become the member of parliament, not by force, but just automatically, because he had gone to an extent of even bringing youth together, and he had proved to them that he's a good leader. But now coming back and showing disrespect to other leaders. In fact, Gachagua is not his league. That's something which he must know. Because Gachagua is the deputy president. He was formerly, in fact, still deputy president, because Kindiki is appointed deputy president. So, someone who rescued Ruto to become the president. It's someone who helped Ruto to become the president. That is the fact. Whether Ruto's diehard will hate me or not. But not that I'm campaigning for Gachagua, as some of you were saying. No, I don't campaign for Gachagua. I never interacted with them. The only person I might say we interact is the current deputy president, Kindiki. But the fact remains is that we are now living in a denial country where youths are not even afraid on whatever they're saying. In fact, they are the ones igniting violence. So, if we want to revive this violence, 2027, can we sit down and relax and let us stop just thumping too much? And we flash back, how many families did many of us lose during that time. How many youths lost their life? The Kiamba church, what happened? The roads were blocked. You couldn't even pass from Koru to Kisumu. You couldn't access. If you are from Nairobi to Koru, was a very difficult time. The roads were blocked there. It was impossible. And the result was there was shed of blood. Kenyans killed themselves. Wengi wetu pia viongozi wanataka damu. Mfahamu mjue, wakishaingia kwa Illuminati pia wanataka damu ya kunyonya. Tuambieni ukweli, lazima tuwe watu wazuri kwa hii maisha. And not anyone is good. Hata Jesus alikataa. He said only God is good. And that is the reality. Since I've grown and I have some little experience in this life, I've now come to realize that no human being is good. But we can try to be good if we realize what goodness in us to be. So instead of Gaucho showing Rigathi Gachagua respect, or another person, or Kikuyu community, he brags that how Raila Odinga have helped him, how Ruto is going to rig, how is... Nani alimwambia atafika hiyo 2027? Nani alimwambia? Who told you? Umejua nini? Vitu zingine pia tunaongea. Mungu Mungu anaamua wacha nikate maisha yake short. Kama mjui. Kwa sababu huyu nikipea chance atafanya mambo mingi yenye ifai. Vitu zingine tunaongea kwa hii maisha. Mungu anaamua tu wacha nichukue huyu. Ndio maana unaona watu kama sisi bado tuna survive. Mtu anakufa, not that umejua si tunaongea vibaya, but that is the fact. Whatever you are saying by through your tongue, hii ulimi ni kidogo sana, lakini is very much powerful. Kama hii mambo ya Gaucho, in fact he ought to be arrested. Whatever he's saying is not bringing any unity. How Ruto is going to rig, we don't care. How Ruto is going to create violence, we don't care. What we care is that how will we live as brothers and sisters. Mara tuseme huyu ni Mjaluo hafai akuwe kwa kiongozi. Mara tuseme huyu ni Mteso hafai akuwe kwa kiongozi. Mara tuseme huyu ni Mkisii hafai akuwe rais. Mara huyu ni Kalenjin hafai akuwe rais. How will we live? In fact, ati Kalenjin and Central ndio wafaa tuongoze 24 hours. No, 24 years. No, not really. We must now change it. Kenya is having 47 million people with different tribes. Let us come together as Kenyans and say, let us try Teso to rule us. Let us try Masai to rule us. That respect will continue to grow. But if we incite violence among ourselves, bragging with the fund we are having, bragging on how the position we are, all is just vanity. We must come up with a serious perspective solution on what to be done by not creating violence. In fact, by saying that, it means that we don't show respect to youth in this nation. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your take?